You're walking through your house late at night. The lights are dim. Everything is quiet. Then, suddenly, a blur jumps off the top of a bookshelf. Your cat slips, drops several feet through the air, twists mid-fall, and lands perfectly on its feet like nothing happened. No panic, no crash, no injury. Just a smooth, controlled landing, as if gravity itself gave the cat a few extra seconds to think. But here's the strange part. Even when a cat falls upside down, even when it has almost no time to react, it still manages to rotate in midair and land feet first. So the real question is, how can an animal flip its body in midair without pushing against anything? Before we uncover that answer, take a second to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel grow and keeps more explanations like this coming. Because the truth behind this tiny, everyday mystery is far more fascinating than most people realize. Most people think cats land on their feet because they're just naturally agile. And yes, cats are incredibly athletic animals, but agility alone doesn't explain the physics of what's happening. In fact, what cats do in midair confused scientists for decades, because according to basic physics, something shouldn't be able to rotate in the air without pushing against another surface. If you're floating in space and try to turn your body without touching anything, you can't generate rotation out of nowhere. Yet cats seem to break that rule every time they fall. This is where things start to get interesting. Cats don't rotate their bodies as one solid piece. Instead, they rotate different parts of their bodies separately. And the secret lies in how unbelievably flexible their spine is. A cat's spine contains more vertebrae than a human's, and those vertebrae are connected by extremely flexible joints. This allows cats to bend their bodies in ways that look almost liquid. So when a cat begins to fall, something called the righting reflex activates. This reflex starts working incredibly fast, usually within a tenth of a second. First, the cat turns its head. The head rotates until the eyes and inner ear know exactly where the ground is. Once the head is aligned, the rest of the body follows. But here's the clever trick. The cat bends its body in the middle, creating two separate sections, the front half and the back half. Then it pulls its front legs close to its body while stretching its back legs outward. This changes how fast each half of the body can rotate. The front half becomes compact and spins quickly. The back half becomes extended and rotates more slowly. Because the two halves rotate in opposite ways, the cat can twist its body without violating the laws of physics. Once the front half turns towards the ground, the cat reverses the position of its legs. Now the back half rotates into alignment as well. In a fraction of a second, the entire body is facing downward. And now the cat prepares for landing. This is where another surprising detail appears. Cats actually spread their legs slightly as they fall. This increases air resistance, a little like a parachute. At the same time, their spine arches and their legs act like shock absorbers. When they hit the ground, the impact travels through bent joints rather than stiff bones. This dramatically reduces the force of the landing. And here's what surprises most people. Cats don't always need a lot of height to do this. Kittens begin developing the righting reflex when they're only a few weeks old. By around 7 weeks of age, most kittens can already perform the mid-air rotation. It's an instinct built directly into their nervous system. But there's another strange twist to the story. You might assume the higher a cat falls, the more dangerous it becomes. Yet studies from veterinary hospitals found something unexpected. Cats that fall from very high places sometimes suffer fewer injuries than cats that fall from moderate heights. This sounds impossible at first, but here's why it happens. After falling a certain distance, cats reach what's called terminal velocity, the maximum speed they can reach while falling through the air. Once they reach that speed, they stop accelerating. At that point, many cats relax their bodies, spread their limbs wider, and increase air resistance. This posture reduces the force of impact and allows their flexible body to absorb the landing more safely. That doesn't mean high falls are safe. They absolutely can be. But it explains why cats sometimes survive falls that seem unbelievable. So when you see a cat slip from a table, a shelf, or even a tree branch, what looks like a lucky recovery is actually a highly refined biological system, a system combining lightning-fast reflexes, an ultra-flexible spine, precise body control, and a deep instinct built into their brain, all working together in less than a second. What looks like a simple twist in midair is actually a perfectly timed sequence of movements solving a complex physics problem, and the cat doesn't even have to think about it. Its body already knows exactly what to do. Which means the next time your cat leaps from somewhere a little too high, that graceful landing isn't magic. It's millions of years of evolution performing a tiny masterpiece of physics right in front of you. And once you see it that way, something as ordinary as a cat jumping off a shelf suddenly becomes a lot more extraordinary. If you enjoyed this explanation, leave a like, share it with someone who loves cats, and subscribe for more videos like this, because sometimes the simplest things hide the most misunderstood truths.